Billionaire catches Maid dancing with his paralyzed son. What happened next shocked everyone. The golden rays of morning streamed through the massive windows of the Kingston estate, one of the largest mansions in the city. Inside, marble floors reflected chandeliers worth more than most people's homes. Everything sparkled except the mood within. Richard Kingston, a billionaire known for his ruthlessness in business, lived here with his only son, Ethan. Ethan was just 10 years old and paralyzed from the waist down. A tragic car accident months ago had stolen his ability to walk, run, and play. Once a joyful boy full of laughter, Ethan had grown quiet and withdrawn. The boy's wheelchair sat by the window every day. He rarely spoke. He barely smiled. And Richard, buried in work and guilt, didn't know how to bring back his son's spark. One morning, as Richard returned home earlier than usual, he heard music echoing faintly from the back of the house. Curious, he followed the sound and froze. There in the living room stood Maria, the maid. She was a quiet young woman in her 20s, an immigrant who had come to this country searching for a better life. And she was dancing, not alone, but with Ethan. Ethan sat in his wheelchair, his small hands lifted as Maria twirled him gently, spinning the chair to the rhythm of the music. She laughed, clapping her hands, and Ethan was smiling. His face glowed with joy Richard hadn't seen in months. For a moment, Richard's cold, business-hardened heart softened. But then pride and anger took over. "What is going on here?" His deep voice thundered through the room. The music stopped. Maria's face turned pale. Ethan's smile faded instantly. "I am sorry, sir," Maria stammered. "I didn't mean any disrespect." Ethan seemed so sad, and I thought... "You thought?" Richard snapped. "You are here to clean this house, not to waste time dancing." Ethan's small voice interrupted, trembling but brave. "Dad, please. She makes me happy." The words pierced Richard's heart like a knife. He looked at his son, the boy he thought he was protecting by surrounding him with doctors and therapists, and realized he had missed something far more important. Ethan didn't need more treatments. He needed joy. But Richard, too stubborn to admit it, stormed out of the room. That night, however, he couldn't sleep. His mind replayed Ethan's laughter, that innocent smile. The way Maria treated him, not like a patient, not like a burden, but like a child who deserved happiness. The next morning, Richard decided to observe quietly. From the hallway, he watched as Maria once again played music. She knelt beside Ethan, whispering encouragement, and together they moved to the rhythm. Ethan's arms swayed, his laughter filled the room, and for the first time, Richard saw life returning to his boy. Something inside him broke and healed all at once. He stepped into the room, softer this time. "Maria," he said, his voice trembling, "would you teach me?" Both Maria and Ethan looked at him in shock. Richard walked over, placing his hands gently on the wheelchair. For the first time, father and son danced, clumsily, awkwardly, but together. And as Ethan laughed uncontrollably, Richard's eyes filled with tears. From that day on, the mansion changed. Music filled the halls. Ethan's therapy was no longer just exercises. It was dance, laughter, and joy. Maria became more than just a maid. She became family. Months later, at Ethan's school event, something extraordinary happened. With Maria and Richard cheering him on, Ethan wheeled himself to the stage, microphone in hand. "My dad taught me never to give up," Ethan said, smiling at his father. "And Maria taught me that even when life feels broken, you can still dance." The audience erupted in applause, many wiping away tears. Richard, the billionaire who once believed money could fix everything, finally understood it wasn't wealth that healed his son. It was love. It was kindness. It was the courage of one young maid who dared to dance. And in that moment, everyone in the room realized sometimes the smallest acts of compassion create the biggest miracles.